We still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Bamberg, Barnwell, and Screven counties until 10:15 p.m. That is for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. However, the rest of the CSRA looking much better now, and that severe weather threat is about to be over. But then another Viper 6 alert day for tomorrow. I'll have all those details coming up.
Now at 10, heat advisories around the CSRA. We'll tell you how to stay safe in the hot temperatures. Plus, the extreme heat can take a toll on your skin. We'll tell you about who may be at risk for melanoma. And a new solar farm will be providing energy and jobs here in the CSRA. We've got the details as your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We'll have your top stories in just a moment, but first we want to check back in with meteorologist Jenna Petracci for a check of the weather. And Jenna, rough storms moving through part of our viewing area this evening.
Yeah, that's right, Jenny. Everyone pretty much dealing with some bad weather earlier this evening. In fact, all of the counties in the CSRA except two were under severe thunderstorm warnings earlier for the wind gusts. But good news is that things are almost over. The majority of the CSRA just dealing with some light to moderate rainfall along with some lingering lightning strikes. The leading edge of this line is now into our far southeast counties. Bamberg, Allendale, and Screven still under a severe thunderstorm warning, but just 15 minutes left on this. And the worst of it is now exiting outside of our viewing area. You can see the stronger cells here, some of those into Screven County, the rest of them now to the south of Allendale and Bamberg. So this is the last warning of the evening. The rest of the CSRA, no concerns here. Notice the widespread light rainfall across all of Richmond, Aiken, Edgefield, parts of Columbia County. So that'll be all we have to worry about over the next couple of hours. It's just the rain. It's this trough that stirred up those strong to severe storms tonight, and we'll have another situation tomorrow evening, very similar with more severe weather possible. So for a Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over Washington Road, no more rain coming down other than some light drizzle, but the roads are definitely very wet, so be careful when headed outside. If you're headed out late tonight or tomorrow morning, it will be wet, but we don't have any flood alerts in place. The rain definitely cooled us down as well. We're seeing the low 70s, 72 in Augusta. You can tell Wrightsville is the one location that didn't have the severe storms today, as they're still in the mid 80s. Winds are at 20 miles per hour in Millen. And we are seeing those wind gusts still very strong where that severe thunderstorm warning is located. But for tomorrow morning, still the chance of a few pop-up storms around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, 82 and partly cloudy by 9 o'clock. As I mentioned, another Viper 6 alert day for tomorrow. Possible strong storms again that could become severe by tomorrow evening. Then some storms on Saturday too, but also some much-needed heat relief. I'll have all those details coming up. Back to you, Jenny.
All right, Jenna, and speaking of a heat, with temperatures soaring as they have been, heat-related illnesses are on the rise. Graham Lee tells us.
Of course, if it's more progressed, then it's a little bit more long drawn out.
A list of tinted sunscreen that could be good for skin of color can be found on our website, WJBF.com. Practicing healthy lifestyle habits through fitness. That's what one group is helping people overcoming substance abuse achieve. Nikita Dennis is live in the Satellite News Center now with more.
Yeah, that's right. Learning to fight off an addiction can be hard for some, but having the support through fitness can help. Just this group of people here is really positive. It's family friendly. People are able to bring their kids if they need to. Just really accommodating. It's free. I think it's a great addition to the recovery community here in Augusta. The Fit Group is helping people in recovery create a healthier lifestyle by putting together a workout class that's free to the public.
So our purpose here is to reach people in the community that are in recovery from substance use disorder, who are allies of people in recovery from substance use disorder, or really just anyone that wants to get active with us. We want to reach anybody. It's a free class. We just want to be able to promote health and fitness in a way that is affordable.
Classes every Tuesday and Thursday at Warren Road Community Center.
several different workout plans are offered so people can find what works for them.
We were actually a group that was born out of necessity when COVID happened. The opposite of addiction is human connection. And when COVID happened and some of the gyms shut down, it forced us to do a place where we all went into isolation. And we also value what movement does for the human body.
While helping people gain a better lifestyle is a key goal, there's also a big support system within the group. It's a way to help folks physically and emotionally.
Encouragement, connection, support. Fitness really changed our lives, and we want to impact others in the same way it helped us.
If you're interested in the class, they start at 6 p.m. You can learn more about them on our website at WJBF.com. Live in the Satellite News Center, Nikita Dennis, WJBF, News Channel 6.
All right, Nikita, thank you. Amazon announces 3 new solar farms in Georgia.
This is a WJBF Live Viper 6 alert.
We had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier today, a lot of wind damage, trees down, power lines down, and of course power outages as well across the entire CSRA. But the good news is that things are finally starting to move out of here. We can see just some light to moderate rainfall with lightning anywhere from Columbia County down towards the south. Some of our northwestern counties completely drying out now with a severe thunderstorm warning still ongoing, but pretty much out of our area. This is for Bamberg, Allendale, and Screven counties until 10:15. Time now is 10:12, so this will be ending in just a few minutes. The only concern I'm really seeing is down just to the south of Sylvania. That's where there could be some gusty winds and, of course, some heavy rain as well. But Allendale and Bamberg really just under that light rainfall now. Same situation across the metro, Augusta, North Augusta, all of Aiken County, just that light, constant drizzle that we're seeing. All the storms today were due to this trough located across the CSRA. Severe thunderstorm warnings are continuing across the coastline now, and as we go into tomorrow evening, we'll have another chance of severe weather. But in the meantime, getting nice and calm now for our evening. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam in Aiken showing very wet conditions, but no more rain, at least anything heavy expected tonight. 72 degrees as our temperature, a south wind of 9 miles per hour. And the dew point still in the low 70s. The rain definitely cooled us off. We're seeing mostly low 70s now, with the exception of Wrightsville at 80 and 84 over in Bamberg, 74 in Aiken, 70 in Sparta, 71 in Thompson and Gibson. Now, when it comes to the heat, another dangerous round of it tomorrow. Heat index up to 106, actual temperature at 95. Then over the weekend, some much needed relief. We'll be in the low 90s. Only feeling like the mid to upper 90s, which really isn't too bad for this time of the year. For tomorrow morning at the 6 o'clock hour, the chance of thunderstorms in the mid 70s, then we'll make it into the mid 90s by the afternoon. Starting out dry and partly cloudy, then around 5 o'clock is when you may run into an isolated storm or two. But here's a look at midnight tonight. Notice the rain pushing out of Bamberg and the rest of us dry. Then as we go into 5 o'clock in the morning, that's when we'll see some showers develop and possible thunderstorms around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, but I'm not expecting those to become severe. Then just the cloud cover throughout the rest of our morning and afternoon. And let's pick things up Friday at 5 p.m. That's when we'll see some more cells develop, and you'll notice a very similar pattern to what we had tonight. Right around 7, 8 o'clock is when we could have a very gusty line moving in. It's very hard to say for sure, but if this does play out, it will be a similar situation to what we had tonight, with those wind gusts and some hail being the biggest concerns. By midnight, drying back out, and then Saturday morning, more widespread rain coming through. Most of this to the south of I-20, continuing until around the lunch hour, and then after that, the majority of our Saturday will be nice and dry. Now, there is a slight risk of severe weather for Richmond County towards the south for tomorrow, and then a marginal risk for Columbia and Aiken County to the south on Saturday. And our lows tonight will be in the low to mid 70s, very muggy with a few storms around. Highs tomorrow in the mid 90s, very humid. Our 10-day forecast showing the temperatures drop down to the low 90s over the weekend. 50% chance of rain tomorrow, 40 Saturday, then just isolated storms all of next week. And we'll be right back.
News Nation's continuing because it allows us to protect your investment. I'm David Hickson, and if your needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
The most experienced, most trusted, most accurate, most watched weather team, Live Viper 6, is weather coverage you can count on. The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today.
We have a guest with us right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
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 let's see
pointed
big
to him.
points. Last but not least, a rising junior at Augusta University is getting a lot of attention for a series of children's books they wrote. It started as a joke between some friends, but once they saw the positive feedback, the biology major decided to write Dr. Dool's Big Health Quest, highlighting topics including mental health and nutrition.
This talks about how to stay safe, disease prevention, so proper techniques of hygiene, wearing masks, coughing with your arm, topics that kids will like to learn about in their future.
Profits from the book go toward CHOG. You can get it on Amazon.
Well, we had some storms tonight. I know he knows about that.
Right, no power in
It
the
was
house.
scary out there earlier today. Good thing is things are ending now, but more storms possible tomorrow.
We'll see you at 11 on JBF.
Yeah. Reed, tell them Hogan's Heroes is next.
Up next is 45. Then we have 35. And then 43. LOTTO, it's your game, Georgia.
We had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier, and those caused some tree damage. A lot of wind gusts reported across the CSRA, but now things are starting to look much better with just light rainfall across our area. But tomorrow, another Viper 6 alert day as we track more strong to severe storms. Details coming up.
Now on News Channel 6 at 11, stay cool.
This is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with a first check.
And then 43. LOTTO, it's your game, Georgia.
We had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier, and those caused some tree damage. A lot of wind gusts reported across the CSRA, but now things are starting to look much better with just light rainfall across our area. But tomorrow, another Viper 6 alert day as we track more strong to severe storms. Details coming up.
Now on News Channel 6 at 11, staying cool and healthy during this heat wave. Advice from a doctor. Plus, changing lifestyles, how some are using fitness to fight addiction. And why a massive street project in downtown Augusta has some folks concerned about all the trees coming down. Your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with a first check of our weather. For that, we turn to meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
It was a very active evening. I want to start out with a loop of Live Viper 6 showing you what happened today. We were completely dry at 7 o'clock, and then you can see this gusty line approached from the northwest. This produced a lot of severe thunderstorms across the entire area, causing a lot of widespread trees down, power outages, power lines down for pretty much every county in the CSRA. Wrightsville and Swainsboro, the only cities and counties not included under any severe thunderstorm warnings today. So pretty much everyone had to deal with some heavy rain, lightning, and some very gusty winds. But now the latest on Live Viper 6 showing everything pushing down towards the east. Just some light rainfall in portions of Aiken County down to Screven County. The rest of us drying out now with no longer any threat of severe weather. Here's a closer look at Sylvania and Allendale. Some moderate rainfall. Lightning has settled down, though, tremendously, now at 0 strikes. Now, as we look at our wind damage reports, we're seeing a lot of reports of trees down and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. We had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier, and those caused some tree damage.
And 43. LOTTO, it's your game, Georgia.
We had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier, and those caused some tree damage. A lot of wind gusts reported across the CSRA, but now things are starting to look much better with just light rainfall across our area. But tomorrow, another Viper 6 alert day as we track more strong to severe storms. Details coming up.
Now on News Channel 6 at 11, staying cool and healthy during this heat wave. Advice from a doctor. Plus, changing lifestyles, how some are using fitness to fight addiction. and why a massive street project in downtown Augusta has some folks concerned about all the trees coming down. Your News at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with a first check of our weather. For that, we turn to meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
It was a very active evening. I want to start out with a loop of Live Viper 6 showing you what happened today. We were completely dry at 7 o'clock, and then you can see this gusty line approach from the northwest. This produced a lot of severe thunderstorms across the entire area, causing a lot of widespread trees down, power outages, power lines down for pretty much every county in the CSRA. Wrightsville and Swainsboro, the only cities and counties not included under any severe thunderstorm warnings today. So pretty much everyone had to deal with some heavy rain, lightning, and some very gusty winds. But now the latest on Live Viper 6 showing everything pushing down towards the east. Just some light rainfall in portions of Aiken County down to Screven County. The rest of us drying out now with no longer any threat of severe weather. Here's a closer look at Sylvania and Allendale. Some moderate rainfall. Lightning has settled down, though, tremendously, now at 0 strikes. Now, as we look at our wind damage reports, we're seeing a lot of reports of trees down and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, mostly around Burke County up towards the north. Our southern counties not showing as many reports, just a few over in Barnwell and Screven County. Right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over in Aiken, very wet outside and still very cloudy. Temperatures are in the low 70s, dew points in the upper 60s. And as we look at tomorrow morning, we are going to wake up at 74 degrees, still seeing the chance of storms around 6, 7 o'clock. Not expecting those to be severe, just some weak thunderstorms and rain. By 8 o'clock, partly cloudy and dry, 82 at the 9 o'clock hour. So we have another Viper 6 alert day Friday, as we'll have possible severe weather again in the evening, also staying very hot and humid still. But then over the weekend, we'll finally get some much needed heat relief. I'll have all those details coming up, but back to you, Jenny.
All right, Jenna, thank you very much. Heat-related illnesses are on the rise, and there are two you especially need to know about. Doctors say practicing healthy lifestyle habits through fitness. That's what one group is helping people overcoming substance abuse achieve. Nikita Dennis is live in the Satellite News Center now with more.
Yeah, that's right. Fighting off an addiction can be hard for some, but having the support through fitness can help. Just this group of people here is really positive. It's family friendly. People are able to bring their kids if they need to. Just really accommodating. It's free. I think it's a great addition to the recovery community here in Augusta.
The Fit Group is helping people in recovery create a healthier lifestyle by putting together a workout class that's free to the public.
So our purpose here is to reach people in the community that are in recovery from substance use disorder, who are allies of people in recovery from substance use disorder, or really just anyone that wants to get active with us. We want to reach anybody. It's a free class. We just want to be able to promote health and fitness in a way that is affordable.
The class is every Tuesday and Thursday at Warren Road Community Center. Several different workout plans are offered so people can find what works for them.
We were actually a group that was born out of necessity when COVID happened. The opposite of addiction is human connection. And when COVID happened and some of the gyms shut down, it forced us to a place where we all went into isolation. And we also value what movement does for the human body.
While helping people gain a better lifestyle is a key goal, there's also a big support system within the group. It's a way to help folks physically and emotionally.
Encouragement, connection, support. Fitness really changed our lives, and we want to impact others in the same way it helped us.
The classes start at 6 p.m. if you're interested. You can also find more on our website at WJBF.com. Live in the Satellite News Center, Nikita Dennis, WJBF News Channel 6.
Georgia Senator John Ossoff introducing a new bill to help bring upgrades to Fort Gordon's Cyber Center of Excellence. The bill would help address rapidly advancing cybersecurity threats by building classrooms to provide training to cyber professionals in the Army. If passed, the funding would be part of this year's National Defense Authorization Act. A Columbia County teenager once considered a runaway is now facing kidnapping charges. Take a look at your screen. 16-year-old Harmony Robinson has been missing for a week now. Her grandmother told deputies that she ran away after refusing to do chores. Investigators now say she has her 20-month-old son, who is considered a ward of the state. They believe she may be somewhere in Aiken County. If you know where she is, call the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. Amazon announces 3 new solar farms in Georgia. One will be in Burke County.
This is a WJBF Live Viper 6 alert.
Good Thursday evening. It was a very active night. Pretty much the entire CSRA dealing with gusty winds, heavy rain, and frequent lightning. Let's take a look on Live Viper 6 at what happened over the last several hours. We started out with a severe thunderstorm warning for Wilkes County down to Hancock and Taliaferro County, Warren County. Notice that leading edge moving in, and that's what caused that first round of severe thunderstorm warnings. Then it pushed through all the way through our southeastern counties, keeping those warnings going over the last several hours. And then finally just some widespread light to moderate rainfall with leftover lightning strikes. But overall, a lot of wind gusts today, and right now on Live Viper 6, things are definitely looking better. Severe thunderstorm warnings just along the coastline now, with the CSRA just dealing with some rain. Notice some heavier rain over in Screven and Allendale County. Other than that, looking very good, and we're starting to dry out. Our wind damage reports for this evening are anywhere from Wilkes County down to Taliaferro, Warren, Burke County, Aiken, Barnwell, and Screven. A lot of widespread trees down and power outages across the CSRA. Here's a look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam at Washington Road. Roads are starting to dry up now. We have no flood alerts in place and no more severe weather expected the rest of tonight. 71 degrees as our temperature, a southwest wind of 7 miles per hour. Temperatures all in the low 70s. We cooled off nicely from the rain, but still very muggy outside. And tomorrow will be another hot and humid day. 95 is our high, feeling as hot as 107. Then over the weekend, humidity will still be high, but our high temperatures will be lower. 90 degrees Saturday, 92 on Sunday, and in return, only feeling like those upper 90s. For tomorrow morning around 6 o'clock, we will still see some isolated storms around, heating up to those mid-90s by the afternoon. A nice dry period, but then around 5 p.m. is when we'll have the chance of some more storms developing. Let's get right into our futurecast now. Tonight at midnight, notice the rain exiting, and we'll keep it just cloudy until around 4 o'clock in the morning. Then we'll see more cells pop up. Some of these could be strong, but severe weather is not expected. This continues until around 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll be dry until around 5 o'clock in the evening. Then we'll see more storms develop, and this is where we'll have the chance of severe weather, especially around 7, 8 o'clock. It does look like a similar situation to what we had today, though I do think this is a little bit overdone. But if this plays out, definitely some more severe thunderstorm warnings likely across the entire CSRA, with that threat being the damaging wind gusts and also the hail. Then as we go into Saturday morning, 5 a.m., still seeing some rain moving through. The threat of severe weather mostly to the south of the CSRA, but still can't rule out a stray strong to severe storm. The rest of Saturday after the lunch hour looking pretty good. For tomorrow, a slight risk of severe weather for Richmond County down to the south, and then for our Saturday, from Columbia County down to our southern counties, a marginal risk of severe weather, so level 1 out of 5 on our scale. Lows tonight will be in the mid to upper 70s, and for tomorrow we will be in the mid to upper 90s, as hot as 99 in some counties. 50% chance of rain tomorrow, 40% for Saturday. Then as we go into Sunday, rain chances go down to 20%, and temperatures won't be as hot as they were this week. We'll be in those low to mid 90s.
Jenna, thank you so much. An AU biology major is getting a lot of attention. There's a new billionaire out there somewhere. A winning ticket has been sold in California worth an estimated $1.08 billion, the 6th largest in U.S. history. Melissa Adon with the details of this historic drawing.
Since April 19th, Americans have been spending their dollars dreaming to be the next Powerball winner. But last night, we finally got a winner. One lucky player matched all 6 Powerball numbers, winning the grand prize, which had grown to $1.08 billion.
We're standing here today wondering if the person who bought the ticket even realizes it yet. We won't know at the lottery, the public won't know until somebody comes forward and claims that prize.
The tickets sold here at Las Palmitas Mini Market in downtown LA. The store manager, Navoy Herrera, finding out this morning that his store also hit the jackpot. The store will take home $1 million for selling the prize ticket. The manager says he would want to invest that money into the store and work even harder, wishing the same for his lucky customer. Good fortune is no stranger to Southern California. Last November, a massive $2 billion Powerball ticket, the largest in lottery history, was sold at Joe's Service Center in Altadena.
So happy, especially we're more happy for the winner,
The winner of last night's grand prize can either take the $1 billion paid out over 30 years or a lump sum cash payout of just over $516 million before taxes. At this point, we don't know who the winner is just yet, but for those of you who weren't as lucky, you can hold on tight. There's still some hope. If you play the Mega Millions, their drawing is coming up Friday night, and you could win a good amount of money. We're talking about an estimated $720 million up for grabs. Melissa Don, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Wow. Coming up, a Georgia Tech golfer is leading the Open Championship. And Shane Beamer in the South Carolina Gamecock.
And Harmon one shot back, and U.S. Higgins, Brandon Robinson Thompson, even par. That's exciting to see.
Absolutely. I just still can't believe the height.
6'8".
Tall guy, tall guy. Well, the Barbie buzz is building up for the new movie's release, but one fan has always stuck to being a Barbie girl. We'll show you in just a moment.
Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Well, finally tonight, one Barbie collector has her very own dream house with 600 dolls. Diana Harris has kept up with the iconic doll over the decades through her many careers and clothing styles. She has more than 400 dolls on display in her Barbie room. She started collecting the dolls 25 years ago. Harris says Barbie's something everyone can embrace. No doubt she has already got her tickets to see the big movie this weekend.
Oh, no surprise there.
I'm going to see it.
Gotta see it. Oh, yeah, gotta see it.
Yeah.
Maybe Mission Impossible first for me, then Barbie.
Mission Impossible is great, by the way.
You're wearing your pink Barbie tie today.
I wanted to
Yeah,
match.
you've got your pink Barbie dress
Yeah.
on. I didn't go pink.
Got the memo.
Well, tonight we had some strong storms come through. The good news is that the threat is over for the rest of tonight, but then we do have another Viper 6 alert day for tomorrow. More strong to severe storms in the evening, another hot and humid day as well. Humidity staying high over the weekend, but our high temperatures will be dropping into the low 90s. Another 40% chance of rain Saturday with a chance of severe storms again, and then looking much better next week, less rain and not as hot.
Well, that is our report for now, everybody. We do thank you for watching. Our next news is at 4:30 a.m. with Mary, Barkley, and John.